Yes. See here now, if because of variation of specific heat, very easy thing, students. Because of variation of specific heat, what is happening? The pressure rise is also more or less. Okay. In compression also, what is happening because of the variation in specific heats? Okay, because the temperature is increasing, the value of Cp by Cv is decreasing. If we consider that factors in our fuel air cycle as compared to the air standard cycle, in air standard cycle we are not considering the variation in specific heats with the temperatures. Okay, so if we consider that and solve it, we get to know that the pressure rise is less. The pressure rise is less, and because of that less pressure rise, there will be less efficiency. Okay, so now see the maximum temperature drop. Okay, new value will be at 3 dash. So here the maximum pressure will be reached at 3 dash. Okay, same. Now see 3 dash 4 double dash expansion for constant specific heat. See again he has shown the things. Okay, so 3 dash 4 double dash would have been the, the expansion for constant specific heat. 3 dash 4 double dash. Okay, but 3 dash 4 dash is actual expansion due to variable specific heat which will be higher. Okay, if we consider the pressure drop by taking variable specific heat. Okay, so as it is decreasing, as the pressure is decreasing, as the temperature is decreasing, what will happen? We will get little bit more pressure because the specific ratio of specific heat is now more. Okay, so in actual expansion due to variable specific heat, it will be higher than 3 dash 4 double dash. Okay, getting all of you. Next, see comparison of air standard cycle and fuel air cycle. Okay, effect of relative fuel air ratio on efficiency ratio. See, first of all, what is relative fuel air ratio? Okay, you understand this thing properly first, students. Stoichiometric air fuel ratio. What is stoichiometric air fuel ratio? Okay, stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Okay, it is given here. Stoichiometric air fuel ratio, I have told you 14.7. 14 parts of air and 1 part of fuel. Okay, you can take it as 14 grams of air by 1 gram of fuel. Okay, or 140 grams of air by 10 grams of fuel. So that is your stoichiometric air fuel ratio. See, some has also come based on this equivalence ratio. Okay, so see, this is your equivalence ratio or relative fuel air ratio. Also we can tell it as relative fuel air ratio or equivalence ratio 5. Okay, so this is your relative air fuel ratio as compared to the standard air fuel ratio. Standard air fuel ratio is stoichiometric, which is 14.7. Okay, so equivalence ratio is given by actual air fuel ratio which we are taking upon stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Okay, that is called equivalence ratio or relative air fuel ratio. So what is given? See, a mixture that contains just enough amount of air for complete combustion of fuel is called chemically correct or stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Okay, this is your stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Now, a mixture having less air than the required for complete combustion of fuel is termed as rich mixture. Why rich mixture? Because air is less and fuel is more. Okay, so that will be considered as rich mixture, and mixture which contains more air than required for complete combustion is lean mixture. All of you know this. So what will be the relative air fuel ratio? Relative air fuel ratio is actual air fuel ratio upon stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Okay, so that only we are using here. Okay, so this is relative air fuel air ratio. Okay, relative fuel air ratio. What is happening? See, this is the efficiency ratio shown on the right left hand side. On the y axis, the efficiency ratio is shown. Okay, what is the efficiency? Okay, and this figure is showing the effect of relative fuel air ratio on the efficiency ratio. Okay, so what is happening? See, as the relative fuel air ratio is increasing. Okay, the relative fuel air ratio. Okay, the your you can say phi, as it is increasing, we are taking more amount of your air fuel ratio as compared to the stoichiometric. What is happening? Your efficiency is decreasing. You can see if we take more amount of, okay, more amount of, see this, relative fuel air ratio. Okay, so we are taking more amount of fuel as compared to your air standard cycle or the stoichiometry. What is happening? Your as your fuel is increasing, your efficiency ratio is decreasing. See, it is going down. Okay, as the fuel air ratio is increasing. So more amount of fuel you take, more is less is the efficiency as compared to stoichiometric. Okay, as in relation to stoichiometric. Okay, so what is required? Okay, if air is required is less and you are taking more, then also efficiency will be less. And if it is if fuel is taking you are taking more, then also your efficiency will be less. See here, when the relative fuel air ratio is 0, it is going towards 0 here. See, when it is 0.4, okay, at 0.4 the relative efficiency ratio is more. Okay, at 0.4 the what is happening, the efficiency is more. Okay, but at 0.8 the efficiency is less. So as you are increasing the fuel, you are getting less efficiency. Okay, so this is in comparison with air standard. Why? Because as you are going towards 0 here, okay, as you are going towards 0, what is happening? See, you are getting the efficiency ratio as tending to 1. Okay, you are tending to 1. यानी कि क्या, अगर आपने air fuel ratio, okay, it is taking as going towards 1 means what, जितना amount of fuel लिया है उतना ही amount of air लिया है. ठीक है, तो अगर वो हमने सेम रखा, ओके, फ्यूल और एयर सेम रखा, उसको अगर सेम करने की कोशिश की तो आपकी एफिशिएंसी रेशियो 1 हो जाएगी. मींस व्हाट, इट इज गोइंग मोर टुवर्ड्स द एयर स्टैंडर्ड एफिशिएंसी. ओके, see, this is little bit difficult, try to understand it. Okay, little bit it is conceptual based. Okay, so see, relative fuel air ratio is actual fuel air ratio upon stoichiometric fuel air ratio, which I have made you understand. Relative fuel air ratio is actual fuel air ratio upon stoichiometric fuel air ratio. So this is also called as equivalence ratio. Efficiency increases as relative fuel air ratio will be, okay, becomes leaner and leaner. Okay, so relative fuel air ratio, as it is becoming leaner, what will happen? The efficiency will increase. I have explained you this, students. Okay, try to understand this. Next, see, maximum efficiency will be attained when fuel air ratio becomes 0. Okay, when the fuel air ratio is tending towards 0 or graph tends towards air standard cycle. Okay, it is to be noted that this trend exists at all compression ratios. Okay, this trend is at all compression ratio, whether you take compression ratio as less or more. Okay, whether you keep it as 7, you can keep it as 8, compression ratio 9. Okay, this is the trend that it is following for every compression ratio. Okay, when you try to reduce the fuel air ratio, okay, what is happening? The efficiency is increasing. Okay, when cycle tends towards air standard cycle, the pressure and temperature rises. Of course, when you are going towards air standard cycle, you have seen the pressure and temperature is more. So of course your efficiency will be more. Okay, some of the chemical reactions involved to be more complete as the pressure increases. These considerations apply to constant volume as well as constant pressure cycles. Okay, so if it is a constant pressure cycle or it is a constant volume cycle, that is a CI engine, this chemical reaction which are happening, okay, this is applicable to that also. Fuel air ratio deteriorates the thermal efficiency when it becomes enriched. Okay, this I have explained you. This is explained by the increasing losses due to the variable specific heat and dissociation as the mixture strength approaches chemically correct value. Okay, this is because the gas temperature goes up after combustion as the mixture strength approaches chemically correct mixture. Okay, see here, effect of compression ratio on thermal efficiency. Now see, when the compression ratio is increasing, what is happening? In a air standard efficiency is more. Okay, it is around 40, starts from 40 to 60. Very simple thing. Air standard efficiency, in air standard efficiency क्या है air standard में? आप air consider कर रहे हो instead of fuel and air. You are not considering the effect of dissociation. You are not considering the effect of your variable specific heat. What is happening? Your efficiency is more when the compression ratio is 4. And again, when the compression ratio is 6, your efficiency is more. Okay, as compared to your theoretical fuel air cycle. C, This is the graph of theoretical fuel air cycle. So what is happening as compared to your fuel air cycle, as the compression ratio is also increasing, your air standard efficiency will be more as compared to your fuel air cycle. Okay, so see, fuel air cycle efficiency is for compression ratio of 10 also. What is happening, the efficiency is not, more than 40 to 43%. Okay, hope you all get, you all are getting this very easy thing. Okay, very easy graphs, you can, or you all can draw these graphs also in your exam to get more marks. Okay, these graphs are required. Okay, see on the right hand side also, equivalence ratio is shown. As the equivalence ratio is increasing, as the fuel air ratio, okay, you are taking more rich mixture on the right hand side. See, you are going towards more rich mixture, fuel air ratio. Okay, you are going towards more rich mixture. What is happening for the efficiency? Okay, this efficiency is on the y axis, the efficiency is decreasing. Okay, the efficiency is decreasing for different values of compression ratios. Okay, see, this graph is taken from this your RK Rajput. Okay, I've taken this graph from that book, this book only. Okay, you all are referring this book. See here, this is the graph. Okay, so all of you can see here, this is the indicated thermal efficiency shown. Okay, and these are the various compression ratios shown. Okay, so the indicated thermal efficiency also, it is decreasing. Okay, indicated thermal efficiency, okay, indicated thermal efficiency decreases as you go towards more richer. Okay, see, this is the relative fuel air ratio which is shown. Okay, which is 1, means what, you have taken the exact amount of air which is required for combustion. Okay, stoichiometric air fuel ratio and actual air fuel ratio, if you divide it, you are getting 1. So this is the point where the relative air fuel ratio is 1. Okay, so at this point only, okay, what is happening, indicated thermal efficiency also, okay, it is decreasing beyond this point. Okay, it is decreasing beyond this point when you go towards richer mixture, when you give more amount of fuel, and when you decrease it, okay, fuel air ratio, you are decreasing it. When you are going towards more amount of air, the efficiency is more. The efficiency is more. Okay, when you are going more, when you are giving more air, okay, the efficiency is more. But see, one thing in mind, you have to give fuel. Okay, we have to give more fuel to get more power. If we require more power, we have to compromise with efficiency. So that is why this stoichiometric air fuel ratio, it is shown for complete combustion of fuel. Okay, this is for complete combustion of fuel. Okay, so when you require more brake power, you have to compromise with the efficiency. Okay, students, all of you are getting this. See, this is a very deep things, I am trying to explain it to you. Okay, the efficiency is increased with increase in compression ratio. Okay, at a fixed fuel air ratio, the range is shown is from 6 to 24. In practice, the value of R in SI engines hardly exceeds 10. Okay, it is hardly exceeding 10. I've shown you, I've told you all that it hardly increases the value of 10. Okay, so efficiency is increased with the increase in compression ratio. Okay, it is also shown. See, at the value of 6 here, the compression ratio is 6. Yes, students, see, as the compression ratio is increasing, the value of efficiency is increasing, but that is not possible for a SI engine to increase beyond 10 or 12, because the engine becomes more bulky. Okay, so therefore, this is just a theoretical thing. Okay, this is just a theoretical thing shown, but this is helpful. Okay, see, I have taken much theory today. Okay, you all might have got bored. So I think I should stop now. I will share the attendance
Yes.
sheet of yesterday's. Okay, yesterday lecture also and this lecture also. Okay, students. See, if you have not understood these things, you try to revise it. I think you will be able to get some more things. Okay, try to you will get to understand some more better way if you try to revise it today only. Okay. Next, I will show you about the actual cycle. What are the other things if we take actual cycle into consideration? What are the other losses which we should take into consideration, because of which the efficiency is less, because the actual efficiency is less as compared to your fuel air cycle also and your air standard cycle also. Okay, so we will study it next in the next lecture. Then we will start with the sums. Okay, we'll start with the fifth module, that is the sums. Okay, so let us conclude now. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, then I will conclude the lecture.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.